Hi guys, or girls. Chances are it's probably going to be girls here today, but boys, if you are going to stick around, you might learn something too. So I put up a story on my Instagram the other day so you guys can ask me all your female travel-based questions. I've got a few random girly stuff in there, but I have also got a few personal questions as well. So I'm not going to mention who asked me which questions, just in case I embarrass anyone. So let's get into it. Number 1, do you ever get scared? If so, what do you do to make yourself feel safer? Well, usually I don't feel scared because I'm with Ronan, so we usually feel pretty safe. But if I am in a situation where I do feel a bit uncomfortable, I do try and stay in areas where there are a lot of people maybe, so they can always keep an eye out if anything happened. And another thing I would tend to do is separate my money. So I'd always have my bag across me, but then I'd have some money in my purse and some money either in my bra or pants or something, just so it's separated. So if my bag gets stolen, I've always got spare. Another good point is always use your safe in your hotel room. I know sometimes you might think, oh, I'm only here for a day, I'm not going to bother using it, but always keep your valuables in there when you're not in the room. And another good point is sometimes the safe is the most obvious place to leave stuff. So I sometimes hide stuff maybe behind photo frames, or sometimes I took some money and some socks or something, because who's going to steal your socks? Number 2, do you go on girls' trips? Yes, I do, and I think it's really important to as well, because although couple trips can be really nice, I think it's important to sometimes just spend a little bit of time apart and spend that quality time with the girls, and you can have a completely different experience. I love shopping when I'm away, and sometimes your boyfriends don't really want to spend the day shopping, but the girls are always up for it. Number 3, what's the best way to do your hair for a day trip? It depends where I am really. If I'm in Thailand or somewhere hot where I'm getting in and out of the sea, I always go for a French plait, and that's either one down the middle or 2 down the sides. So if you go out for the day doing loads of activities, it keeps your hair off your face, out of the way, and when you are getting in and out of the water, it doesn't get all knotted. And at the end of the day, when it dries, you take the plaits out and you're left with beautiful beach waves. Number 4, what do you do if you're having a bad hair day? Well, for me, if my hair is greasy, I'm lucky because I'm blonde, I get to use talcum powder or baby powder just to get rid of all the grease, and that works miracles. But if you do have a different hair colour, I'd recommend just getting a bottle of dry shampoo, and you can get them in little travel sizes, and that just gets rid of any grease and can give you a bit of extra volume as well, so that always works well. If you're having a bad hair day, as in you've got loads of flyaways, it's out of control and you don't have any straighteners or curlers with you to sort it out, I always use bandanas. And you probably think I wear them for style, but most of the time it's because I'm having a bad hair day. I've got all these flyaways, and what it does, it just holds them back while looking really stylish. And this works well for like a ponytail or a messy bun. It just looks great with all styles. You can wear it in the daytime or in the evening, and it just looks nice both ways. Also, if it's really bad, you can wear a hat and that'll just cover it. So if you're in like a hot country, you could get one of those summery hats, or if you're in a cold country, get a little beanie and that'll hide your hair. But if it's really bad, just wear a wig. Question number 5, how much underwear do you usually pack? This sounds a bit weird, but personally, I take up to double the amount of days I'm going for. And the reason for that is because every time I have a shower, I do like to put a fresh pair on. And I do take a few different styles as well for different occasions. It depends what you're wearing. You don't want to see it through your clothes. But travel hack, to save space in your suitcase, if you roll them up really small, you can put them in your shoes, and you can fit all your underwear in pretty much one pair of shoes, and that saves loads of room. And as for bras, I would usually take a few different styles. So I take a t-shirt bra just for like days out and stuff. I take a strapless for like off the shoulder tops, and for like nights out, maybe a little push up, and sometimes a matching set for Question number 6. What do you do if you're on your period while travelling and feeling unmotivated and have period pains? I've got to admit that I'm quite lucky when it comes to this, that I don't suffer with period pains too often, but I definitely have before while travelling, and it's not pleasant. So what I did is just gave myself permission to take the day off and not do any strenuous activities. Sometimes I'll have the beach day or go to a spa and just have a massage and just treat myself for the day. And girls, don't be afraid to ask whoever you're with, maybe your partner or family or friends. Just let them know that you would fancy the day for yourself, and I'm sure they'll completely understand. And sometimes it does help just to have the day on your own, rest and recover, and you'll feel a lot better at the end of the day. I also know bananas and ginger tea to be a great help when you are suffering with period pain. So just go out and have a look for those things, and that can ease the pain. If I am in a cold country, what I always do as well is just pack a little mini hot water bottle, and you don't even need to have a kettle to have one of these. You can just use hot water from the tap just to get that little bit of heat on that area, and it really does help take away the pain. Question number 7, what products do you use whilst on your period when travelling? This is a bit of an awkward question, let's just put it out there, so I'm going to make this a quick one. If I'm in a cold country, chances are I'll just use a pad. If I'm in a hot country and there's a chance of going swimming, I'll use a tampon. Question number 8, what do you do if you need to pee and there's no toilet? Well, I'm definitely not one for holding it. If I need to pee, I'm going. And there's definitely been times where I've had to go in a bush or just find somewhere, anywhere where no one's looking. If you really have to go, just go, don't hold back. And just make sure you've got a few tissues in your bag ready so you're all prepared. Obviously you don't want to have to do that and you don't want to have to go in public, so what I would recommend doing is just trying to look for a local shop or a cafe and just go in and buy a bottle of water, then you'll be able to use their toilet. Number 9, would you ever travel alone? I have literally been asking myself this for years now, as I have always had boyfriends that would never travel with me, and Ronan literally says yes to me about everything. So I am really lucky that anywhere I ever suggest going, even if he's already been, he will want to come with me. If there was anywhere that he didn't want to go and I really did, I probably would travel alone, yeah. Number 10, do you take makeup on your travels? Again, it depends where I am. If I'm taking a city break, I would always take some makeup, as I'm usually in like a nice hotel room. I have a chance to put it on in the morning, go out, take nice photos. But if I am backpacking or in a hotter country and I'm gonna go in and out of the sea, I don't really want all that hassle of putting makeup on, taking it off, smudging everywhere. So usually on those kind of trips, I don't wear makeup at all. Sometimes what I would do before I go away is sometimes just get like an eyelash lift and tint, and that makes it look naturally pretty anyway, like you've got mascara on. And sometimes I'll just get my nails done as well, just to feel a little bit prettier. Question number 11, what do you do if you get sick while traveling? This has happened to me a few times, especially in Thailand. One thing I would definitely recommend doing is always keeping your medication on you while traveling, as when you get sick in a foreign country, you might struggle to find the medication that you need. Another thing I do, whether I'm away or at home, is if I'm having a really upset stomach, I tend to stick to bland foods and follow the brat diet, which is bananas, rice, apple and toast. And because they're so bland, they really help settle your stomach and ease any uncomfortableness. Uncomfortableness? However you say it. You know what I mean. And just to state the obvious, when you're feeling unwell, make sure you stay hydrated, and sleep heals the body, so make sure you get plenty of rest. But if you are struggling and you really do need some help, try and find the nearest medical centre and make sure you've got travel insurance before you go anywhere, as you don't want to get home and have a big bill at the end of your trip. Last question, number 12. How do you get rid of body hair when travelling? So throughout the year, I actually get laser hair removal in a few different areas, and that makes my life so much easier. And because I live in Spain, it's so nice to be able to go to the beach and not worry about shaving in between. When it comes to my legs, I usually wax them, so I would usually do it just before I go, and that'll last about 2 weeks. But what I do is pack a little razor in my toiletry bag just in case, even though I never usually use it. But what I did get for Christmas, which I can't wait to take with me while travelling, is an epilator. So you probably already know what that does, but it does remove the hair from the follicle, so it doesn't grow back a few days later. That should last about 2 weeks as well, so I'm really looking forward to using that. I also recently bought myself a mini epilator, which is really good for your eyebrows, or if you have any other facial hair, that would be great for that. And it is battery powered, so you don't have to worry about what plug sockets are going to be in the country that you're going to. So I think that's about it on the female Q&A. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I thought it would be something a little bit different. But if you do have any other questions, leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to answer them. If you did enjoy this video and maybe even learnt a few tips from it, make sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, as I would really appreciate that. I upload a new video every Friday, so make sure to come back next week to see what I have in store for you guys. See you then.